Greetings. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension, or brought to you by the universe. Alright, so a friend of mine that knows people who live in China or something around those lines brought up about another way of looking at it, that about this virus, about how I would say more like the shadow government energy is not necessarily the president of China or prime minister, whatever they call him, but either way, but that they were putting together a bioweapon for the United States, for us to go through what they're going through right now. And take this with whatever you want to take it with. But it's information. Do whatever you want with it. You not believe it, believe it. I'll give you a little bit more rundown on it. But you can say, as they're putting it together, testing it, it got out, and it wasn't intended to do that. And then they kind of lost control over it. So, obviously they call it conspiracy theory, but then again, the way things are looking right now, I don't think it's the U.S. that made the bioweapon. I believe it's them now, because there's an economic war between the United States and China and all kinds of other things going on. Yeah, I believe it's more of a shadow government. Not all of the shadow government, just a portion of it that wanted to go in this route. Now, that doesn't mean that they were necessarily going to put this out there, but they were definitely working on scenarios, or making this as a backup plan, or going to use this as a bargaining chip or something like that. Doesn't mean they're ever going to launch this at all, or if they would, it would have contained. I believe AIDS is kind of the same way. So I believe also SARS is very similar to this. So, like, all the Chinese cities gotten shut down. It's kind of strange. It's like they must know something we don't know, obviously, but to go to that length, because they knew the severity of it. So I'll give you at least a point of view of this. So, in the beginning of this, I go by what I saw it like it was being created within the person, but there's another way of looking at that, as like patient zero was allowing it to be injected into them as a test to see what it'll do. So, in allowing the virus to go through them, it's a possibility. I mean, this whole thing, even I didn't really look at it in that way, but over the last couple of weeks, it does look like it had the bioweapon type of energy around it. Let's put it that way. It's not your typical virus. It's not the U.S. trying to do this. It's not even the entire Chinese government trying to do this either. It's like a portion of it. It's like a shadowy elite group, and they wanted to shut down U.S. cities, like it's going on in China. Everything that's happening in China, they wanted to happen in the United States. Let's put it that way. In the big cities mostly. They got success with China, and obviously it was caused the economic unsettled,ies. So, and it's already doing that now, but not to the extent that they wanted it to do it. But it doesn't mean that they wanted to put this out there right away, or it feels like they're in the testing phases of it. So I'm just giving you my take on it, and take it for whatever you want. Like, it's at phase 1. It feels like there's supposed to be several phases of it to completely wipe you out. So this is pretty bad, but I believe we're going through like the phase 1 of it. It's not as bad as it could be. Of course, it's pretty bad, sort of bad, but level 2, level 3, it would have been a lot more destructive, more deaths quicker, and definitely one of the symptoms is to take down the immune system. There's others, but definitely one of them was the immune system. Like, just knock it down just enough where you can just go anywhere and pick up any type of disease. Doesn't matter what. Just it can be nothing, barely anything, and all of a sudden you're, similar to AIDS in some ways. And all of a sudden your body's falling apart. So, yeah, that's the energy I'm getting from it. Now, like I said, take it for wherever you want. But yeah, but that doesn't mean this was ever meant to go live at all. They were testing it, and knowing China, they can't seem to get things in order. But either way, and SARS is the same thing, and the agenda of SARS isn't making itself clear. But from what friends said, and it makes sense that. I mean, if this is just like some regular virus, it is kind of strange. So if you wonder what a bioweapon looks like, and of course the media is going to play it down. Of course they're going to not going to talk about that. They're going to censor this to death. They're going to knock it down. They're not. They do everything else. So yeah, there's definitely a cover up on many levels. So yeah, it wasn't really towards even the American people. It was mostly to the government. To shut it down. I guess you can say it's some kind of North Korean mentality. Well, that was the other thing. It was like to put the Chinese influence more, control media and art in the United States and other countries, but mostly the United States. Yeah, there's been an economic warfare going on for a while now. For that, also cyber warfare. Not to say China's involved with everything, but there's been a back and forth, an unseen war. So having something like this makes a lot of sense. So putting this out there just to, once again, if you don't want to be part of that agenda, you can clear out those timelines. I'm not putting out fear or anything like that, but put out so you can say, I don't want to be part of that reality. Because a lot of people are just afraid, want to lock themselves in their homes and do this and do that, and just don't want to go out and do anything. More power to you on that one. But yeah, there's other reasons for this thing now when it's out. It has many lessons involved with it. But, does it matter where it came from anymore? No, but it does look like the way it's spreading and everything does have that bioweapon type of energy around it. It's just kind of odd. So, and AIDS had the same thing. Maybe not to the extent, but they can create these. What easy way to attack? They're not doing the normal wars anymore. So chemical warfare is easiest. So it doesn't mean, even just talking about it like this, even putting the idea of just, you don't want this in your reality. Or, of course, some might want it in their art. It has so many, this thing has turned into so many different, has a whole nother life to it, basically. I don't think the Chinese president has anything to do with it. I want to mention that again. Or even the public government. It's a shadow government vibration. Shadow, as you can say, it's connected to the military to a certain extent. Things go wrong. But yeah, it's like a secret lab. And they're not going to go telling everybody it's a secret lab that did this. And yeah, they're working on bioweapons and screw you. And they're not going to admit to anything like that. They never will. What for? It's a virus, and put on a bunch of gas masks and everything will be fine. Hazmat suits, whatever you need to do. So wash your hands 10 times a day. It's a test on us. It's I would say it's desperation too from them. For what? They're not really going into details. And it's for people to realize not to trust your media. Trust your own senses. This is why another reason why they don't want you to connect to anything psychically or spiritually, whatever words you want to use, intuitively. Because they don't want you in their stuff, in their But more people connect to their own abilities and tap into things more, becomes people don't believe in psychic abilities, but they use them all the time. It's pretty humorous. They don't believe in anything. They shut it down. But yet, when it comes to this situation, they're connected to other versions of different realities. They're connected to all kinds of stuff. And of course, they don't think anything of it. It's like a kid in a training wheels, not ready to ride the bike without the training wheels. When I first picked up on this, I saw it being created in the body, like it was allowing it to happen. But if you add another scenario to it, like someone's injecting it into them and they're allowing it to go through their body, and there's a lot of chemical, you're using a lot of human chemicals, of course, to develop this thing. So, for the immune system and or even something to affect the brain. It's just another way of looking at it. But it does seem like, we're kind of like in a bioweapon situation here. Seattle's being shut down. Of course, China's still shut down. It's kind of like in our face, but it's all in what you want to look at. Schools are kind of scared, and everybody, they should be. This is a big, and all the events are shutting down. It's affecting us more economically. The chances of a lot of people getting this isn't probably the highest, but economy-wise, it's going to hurt everyone. So, and that was the plan of it. It was supposed to do it. It was supposed to be an economic bomb, basically, and it's certainly doing it. So it's supposed to take it to a whole nother level, though. So it's like you can't beat them. So, but like I said, it's all different. Look at however you want, but this whole thing is looking kind of strange. It's not your normal virus, that's funny. But some people are pulling it towards them for various reasons. Like I said, some of those are not exactly honest with themselves, are slowly becoming more honest. It's funny how it forces honesty at us because they're scared. They're scared that it might get to it, and you never know, it might. Because there's no stopping this thing for right now. It won't last forever, for sure, but, so. I figure I always put this out there and just let it, I'm not putting fear out there, but just maybe another understanding of it so you can keep it out of your energy field. Because if you think that, this is just nature doing its thing, it's like, kind of like welcoming it to you, and you don't necessarily have to do that, or, some just like, let the universe do whatever it wants with me, but, it's like, maybe it is, maybe it is a bioweapon or something like that. I definitely don't want that near me, so I definitely want people to wake up to all this, too. So, governments lie all the time. Obviously. Of course, the media does it, called CNN and others. They just, the impeachment thing, that didn't go anywhere. They keep throwing stuff at us. They're kind of running out of ideas. So, of course, you have the presidential thing going on. Hopefully, Biden wins the nomination because we still have some comedy throughout the year. Give us something to laugh at. He's gonna keep putting his foot in his mouth all year round. It's gonna be great, and he won't win the presidency. And it's kind of shown he's not gonna win. It's like Bernie Sanders might be a chance of Trump losing, probably not. But with if Biden gets a nomination, for the Democratic Party, the chance of him winning is like, it's laughable. It's not gonna happen. So. Eventually, you're going to realize that this whole system we have is not working anymore. And of course, they've been talking about it forever, but eventually, you're going to see the wheels come off. Kind of seeing it now. So, like, what's going to happen with China? I don't know what's going on with China. Hopefully, the karma of that comes into the light. And maybe China can take down their firewall. You never know. Basically just clear out. I mean, not to say the U.S. is much better in a lot of ways. You know, all this divide to heal it so we can move forward. You can't move forward when you have firewalls up. You have an internet firewall, and they're cutting the rest of it. And I think Russia has a free speech situation. So you can't really evolve into the fourth dimension when you have all of this stuff going. So, like with China, with the communist regime coming down, would be, a step in the right direction. And all of this, the bio teams being taken out altogether, or removed, whatever you want to call it. So they can't do that anymore. So, obviously, I imagine a lot of CIA groups and all that know about all this. Obviously, they're not going to make this stuff public. We have our propaganda machine to just blow whatever they need in our face. So, but I have to admit, though, if you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. But the way this thing is going, I'm not sure if a mask is going to do you much good. If you feel like it makes you feel better, the way this thing is running around, it'll find a way to get to you. You're supposed to get to you. Just putting that out there. But you need to do what you need to do. But the sucker's going to find you no matter what. The way it looks. It has kind of like a mind of its own. So, of course, I channeled it not too long ago. Yeah, it has a mind of its own. It's going to do whatever it feels like. It is going to, I don't want to say it goes to weaker people, but in some ways it is, for those to decide what they want to do with their lives. It's kind of like a Grim Reaper. It kind of gives you a choice. You can be sick, or leave, or do this, or do that. I know it sounds weird, but that's what I'm getting from it. So yeah, for like those that are like kind of really dirty people, it's like scum. They might use. It's an excellent way to get that and then exit out. So that way you don't have to deal with any of your deeds here. You just have to deal with your karma and just leave. So you never know. Some of them say they're not attracting you, but they actually are. So who knows? It's different for everybody. Let's see, message from Spirit. Spirit can't always interfere, get involved. It has to let humanity make its own choice. We assist you, but there is free will. It's just not always clear. You're making free will decisions in a world that's trapped in a reality that isn't very, you can't move around in it that well. So it's like a concealed earth, a shut down earth. Consciously it is shut down. Is at a lower vibrational earth. Even those that are at a higher vibration get frustrated and even see a side of themselves they're not too proud of. Yes, this world is to test you, to take a higher vibrational being and use that person against everyone else. Is to take a vibrational being and make them negative, basically. As many of you have seen this, experienced it, take your scenario and make it harder for you. Even you have everything you want in life, many get bored very easily and do things they're not proud of. Challenge keeps the soul going here. Keeps you alive. Keeps you evolving. When no challenge turns you into another person. Challenges does turn you into another person too, but no challenge can turn you a person you never thought you'd ever turn into. You might not always be. But that was definitely there for you to evolve into. This world is here to not necessarily pull out your true colors, but help you learn more about yourself, what you're capable of. And this virus is to assist many souls to evolve in a different way, in a new way. So it's not necessary. It's a mental challenge for the planet. But yes, there are places like Africa that have dealt with these things and far worse. But they have had similar situations, yes, throughout their time. Is this weapon alien? Well, alien knowledge is there, yes, but it's more of a human creation. It is there to see how much light you have in your soul. And yes, it's a challenge to burn you out. Yes, those that say that they're positive of light, we believe you. But when this fire comes, how much does their light shine through it? When the cave of darkness comes, how much does their light do you blow out? Because that's what this virus is here to do. It's here to blow you out, blow out your vibration. Many of you are getting stronger because of this in a positive way. Some that are very negative here are going lighter. Because they saw all the terrible things they've done. It's like, okay, it's time for a rebound. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to judge at all. Even if you go light or dark, it doesn't matter. But yes, a positive person can put in a scenario where they kind of trick themselves out of being positive and end up showing more negativity than they realize. Lying to themselves is a good word for it. You're here to change your environment. Change yourself. Some don't change. Well, they actually do. They just don't show it. You're here to also, yes, open yourself up. People want a speed things up for your ascension. Well, we believe this scenario is speeding it up for some. Speeding up your spiritual intuitiveness to tap into things a bit more clearly. Or at least to want to tap into it. To allow spirit to work through you more clearly. To get more answers. There are many scenarios that are going on at this time. Where did this weapon come from? It's up to what does it matter to you? Does it matter at all? Does it matter of your personal health right now? And that you can steer clear of this situation and just have a healthy existence here? That's what matters. Some of you can walk through a jungle and never get sick. And some of you walk through a jungle and get everything. Same thing. Can you go through this jungle planet and survive? And I believe many of you will, yes. Yes. You're here to bring in new ideas to heal. Bring in a new earth. New earth is going... And that's another thing about your new earth. It is coming. But you just have to work for it to come through. Many want the old world more than you might realize. Even those of a spiritual awareness. It's like you want your fourth dimensional earth, but only to a certain level that you're comfortable with. Not necessarily means an alien entered presence here physically. But some of you are here to bring in, no matter what. I think some of you know who you are, too. No matter what you have to go through emotionally, mentally, to bring in spiritual alien energies here, and which also, yes, includes your angels. Bring a presence here that has not been seen here for thousands of years. It has showed up here and there, but to open up the entrance to alien vibration. And yes, there's a cost to it, as some of you already realize. You're here to bring in alien energies. It's not going to be easy because you're going against, yes, the main agenda of the earth of no aliens, and you're bringing one in. Now, obviously, there's many out there that are okay with it, but those numbers are still very low compared to the main population of the earth. It is just like, yes, inventing something, inventing a car, new inventions, whatever it might be, where people aren't Didn't think they needed one until they found a purpose for it. So like the alien energies, they don't at this time see a purpose for it, but some of you do. Not to save you, but to learn from it, to grow through it, to become a better person. To just have, you're going to have more questions than answers, but you're also solve a lot of problems there. That's the idea for the alien agenda, is to help you move to the next level of your evolution. And it's never been easy in any time that has occurred. So this virus, do as you will with it. However you define it, however you see where its origins are, whatever you feel, where you see it can come from. Does it matter? Where is it now? Does it need to be in your energy field? Are you here to heal those and yourself and bring in more positive vibrations? It's a perfect time to call in for spirit for more assistance to help you become aware to stay healthy and to keep family and friends and others, strangers, healthy also. This is what you're here to do. Be challenged. Because realize also in a spiritual development, as you awaken, yes, the challenges get a little bit harder. So, you're cracking open your planet more than you might realize. So the challenges, yes, are enormous. But the rewards are excellent also. Just not always easy. This is not going to be an easy time, not at all. But a time of change.